He had been running for hours, but he knew they were still behind him. The demons that had tormented him since he was a child. The ones that whispered in his ears, telling him to do terrible things. The ones that made him kill his family and friends. He had tried to escape them, to find a new life, a new identity. But they always found him, no matter where he went. They knew his every move, his every thought. They were inside his head, and they wanted him to suffer. He stumbled into an abandoned cabin in the woods, hoping to find some shelter, some peace. He locked the door behind him and collapsed on the floor, panting. He looked around the dusty room, hoping to find something useful, something that could help him. He saw a rusty axe leaning against the wall, a fireplace with some logs, a table with some candles and matches, and a mirror. He felt a surge of hope. Maybe he could use these things to fight back, to defend himself. Maybe he could finally end this nightmare. He grabbed the axe and walked towards the fireplace. He lit a match and threw it into the logs, hoping to start a fire. He needed some light, some warmth. He needed to see his enemies, to face them. He waited for the flames to grow, but nothing happened. The logs were too damp, too rotten. The match fizzled out, leaving him in darkness. He cursed and threw the axe on the floor, frustrated. He heard a laugh, a mocking, cruel laugh. It was them, the demons. They were here, in the cabin. They had followed him, as they always did. They were laughing at him, at his futile attempts to escape. He felt a cold hand touch his shoulder, a sharp claw dig into his flesh. He screamed and turned around, swinging his fists, but there was no one there, only empty air. He felt another hand grab his leg, another claw rip his skin. He kicked and thrashed, but he couldn't shake them off. He felt more hands, more claws all over his body. He felt them tear him apart, piece by piece. He crawled towards the table, hoping to reach the candles and matches. Maybe he could burn them, maybe he could scare them away. He reached for the matches, but they were gone. The candles were gone too. The table was empty, except for the mirror. He looked into the mirror and he saw them. The demons. They were not outside. They were not behind him. They were inside him. They were him. He saw his face, twisted and distorted by evil. He saw his eyes, glowing red with malice. He saw his mouth, smiling wickedly with blood. He realized the truth, the horrible truth. He was the demon. He was the monster. He had been haunted by his past, but he had also been haunting himself. He had killed his family and friends, but he had also killed himself. He had been running from them, but he had also been running from himself. He screamed, a scream of terror, of pain, of despair. He smashed the mirror with his fist, hoping to end it all. But it was too late, too late. The glass shattered and the shards pierced his skin. He felt the blood gush out of his wounds. He felt the life drain out of his body. He fell to the floor, dying. He saw the demons, his demons, hovering over him. They smiled, they laughed, they cheered. They had won, they had finally won. They had made him suffer, they had made him pay. They whispered in his ears, one last time. Goodbye, old friend. We'll see you in hell.
Welcome, brave souls, to a realm where shadows dance and fear takes hold. Prepare to journey into the unknown, where spine-chilling tales await. If you dare, subscribe and join us on this twisted path of terror. But be warned, for once you enter, there may be no turning back.